Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Married at First Sight All-Star panel. Glenn from Jack and Glenn, along with August Love Story. What's going on, Artika and Tommy? How y'all doing today?
We are good.
Man, everybody just woke up.
Literally.
Hey, we're all over the place. One's a Christmas cantata, one's out at the school with the girl. We everywhere today. So I'm on location right now, doing some things. Not a normal setup, but we still wanted to get this in and talk to you, the fans, about Married at First Sight, because this episode of Married at First Sight was crazy. Shout out to Talisa Ray, who's not with us today, but will be joining us here because this is going to be the last one for a couple of weeks, I think, because they don't come back until January 7th. So we'll figure something out. But let's get it started. Let's talk about Married at First Sight. We're going to talk about this craziness that happens. Now we're not starting with MM and EKC. We're going to make you wait a little bit before we get there. But let's get started with another hot couple that's been on this hot seat. Let's start with Michelle and David. Right? Your thoughts on Michelle and David, Artika and Tommy?
She don't like him. She's never gonna like him. Her mission in life is to embarrass him. She's just cooperative with the producers, and I can talk to him, but I don't like him. And that's where we pretty much are.
I'm sitting up here.
I'm gonna say I'm trying to figure out what he's doing.
I'm making a mistake. I'm trying to pull my nose up. I don't. Yeah, she don't like him. They went to the eyebrow place, right?
Yeah, they went to the eyebrow. I think that lady jacked him up. I don't know.
I don't even know if she did or not, but her describing Michelle, the first thing I said was, that ain't who we see.
She said a breath of fresh air.
No,
I was
she
like,
ain't.
Michelle Obama.
Right,
Not that Michelle.
Not that Michelle from Chicago.
Not that Michelle. Any other Michelle. But I don't see them going anywhere. When it comes to trying to even be friends, because somebody said in our comments, they were like something about Chicago people. Like, I hate it when people give like regions to a thing. Like, we know that it don't look good for a man to be at home, for a woman to be at home with their parents. It from the optics, it does not look good. We admit that. But that's when you take it upon yourself, because you've joined this show. You take it upon yourself to, well, why? What's going on? And that's the thing that she can't mold it to, because at this point you're in it, right? Like, if you had the opportunity to say, nah, I'm good, you probably would have by now. That's a big turnoff for a lot of people, right? I'm probably, if somebody said, yeah, I'm at home with my mom or my parents in their basement, I'd probably like, but I'll ask more questions. I feel like she heard that and she was like, this guy's a bum.
I'd have to get to the why.
Yeah.
And that's across the board. Because at this age, we are entering the friends who are moving back home to buy a home. We got the friends who are moving back home because they got a divorce. You got the ones that are, life hit me and beat me up. I just need to go home for a reset. Like, there's so many different reasons that people go back home. And it's like, she don't care why. And all she heard was, he called my thing simple. I don't like that. This ain't gonna work.
Yeah. And Dr. P, and everything she said was a superficial thing when she was talking to Dr. P. She basically was talking about the money. She was talking about she don't want to go to, and I get it. I get you don't want to go to the lifestyle that you grew up, where money might have been an issue, or just things going really, really slow, because Chicago is a faster city. That's the same idea for me. I don't want to go back home, but if I needed to, I would. If I had to, I would. Sometimes I miss home. But it's one of those things where we hear, don't forget about where you came from.
What's crazy about that? It was not like he was going home because he's a bum. You know what I'm saying? That's a different story. That's what I think Artico's saying. You're understanding your why. Why did you go home? Why did you move back home? What was your reason for moving in there, right? What were you doing? And then she never asked him, that we know, how much bread you got saved up. For all she know, he could have got 100 grand, 200 grand, 300 grand. He sold some piece of property, right? We don't even know how much he make for a living. You assuming he's a bum just because he lives in the basement of his parents' house. And he uses profanity, right? And he smokes cigarettes, right?
The cigarettes bothered me.
Yeah, the cigarette. I'm not
the cigarette part bothered everybody. I think.
Cigarette part bothered everybody, right? So you got all this in here. So someone like his friend said, but some of those can be fixed, right? The cussing can be fixed. Like, don't I don't prefer you not use profanity. And she was like, well, we in corporate spaces, he may use profanity and embarrass me. Well, you may say something stupid too. Like, you talk to him before y'all leave. Have these conversations. Like, look, we're going to my job function. I would like for you to be on your P's and Q's, right? I'd like for you to be, don't say, like us, Tommy, like, don't use the N-word tonight.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you, man.
Nah, I'm just saying, like, I got to tell myself when I'm certain places, don't use the N-word, right? You're around a certain group of people. All right, watch your phrases. Don't call nobody Karen. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. be where you at. So you can fix those things, right? And coach, that's right, coach with. You can fix those things in the midst of your conversation. And that's all she had to say to him. But that's crazy to me because I'm not saying all black dudes, but you wanted a 6-foot light-skinned black dude. So
she really did want a Thomas who is, I don't even want to say the well-spoken part of it, but I'm quiet, reserved, not going to really get out here and do too much, and we're going to retreat.
Yeah. That's what she was looking for. But I love the fact that Dr. Pia called to the carpet like, okay, what else? After you get past the superficial thing, what is it?
She wanted to
Steph Curry. Like, what else is it, right? Because she always said he's a nice guy. He's a good dude. He takes care. He does everything good. But she can't flip off the fact he lives in a basement, which Jack said this on our review, which is stupid to me because all she had to do is ask him, what is your plan, right? For if we stay together after these 8 weeks, what is the plan?
Yeah.
Simple question.
And it's not even that, like, not just what is the plan. If we stay together, the plan was never for you to live where you live and me to live where I live. It is for us to live together. So if the plan is for us to live together at the end of this 8 weeks, you would think that more people would be thinking about the longevity of this and where we can go. Now, would I be Carla? No. But if my lease was up, I might be a little bit hesitant to sign another lease knowing that I'm going into this.
Mm-hmm. That Elle said that's a good point. She don't remember when she was the icky country bumpkin, right? Because you was that girl. Because that's why her biggest thing is I don't want to go back to what I'm used to. I don't want to go backwards. Who's saying this man's going to pull you down? Truth be told, he might be one to bring you up a little bit. Because now you may not live in a simple apartment. You might live in a nice house. You might live in a nice neighborhood. He might be able to take you out of your apartment that you're paying $2,300 a month for, $2,350 for, and move you into a house where his boy say, you know what, I can get you a house for $1,200. Right? The connections that you could be in now, you saving some bread and you ain't got to go back to you didn't even allow this to matriculate, or you didn't allow this to grow for you can see what it could be. And now you in your feelings, and Dr. P call you out like, yo, everything's superficial. You want money stuff. You want to have a status. That's why I say you want Thomas. You want a status, got money on your shoulder, you want a Boris Kojo.
Yeah.
Right? You want a Boris Kojo where you can say, hey, that's what it is. This is my dude, right?
The thing is, though, is that the guy that she's looking for likely don't want her.
More than likely. It's crazy, that she said all these things, but he's probably the guy that he'd go to work. He'd be like, here's my check.
Because that's what his daddy do.
Minus the slap.
Smith minus the right.
But it's like, man, you don't give it the opportunity to see where this goes because she can't get out of her head. I don't know what she has to do to make that happen, but I mean, if I was him at this point, I'd be like, the best we could do is friends. I'm definitely gonna say no on decision day.
But let's at least make it look like we trying.
Let's at least have a good time while we're here.
I told Jackie that just be Gina and Clint. We go to concerts, we hang out,
Yeah.
we be cool. We be roommates.
I'm gonna watch your dog.
Watch your dog. We gonna be roommates for the next 3 weeks, and we're just gonna call it quits. Don't be. And he's still trying to do this marriage thing, and which I'm thinking, okay, bro. At a certain point, you ain't that patient.
Right.
At a certain point, you a guy. You ain't that patient. You're not that. What are you saying now? Because it's like we 4 weeks in, halfway point, right? Are we at 4 weeks in?
Yeah.
Yeah, we 4 weeks in. We a month in. You ain't that. No, at a month in, I know what I can do. What I'm going to do the next month ain't going to keep us together. It is what it is, right? What I'm doing next month ain't keeping us together. So guess what? Let's ride it out. Let's have fun. I'm going to use our ticket thing. Let's make some good TV.
Yep.
Right? Let's make some good TV. Collect these checks.
It could definitely be a conversation of we're going to do this friend thing so well that people are going to wonder why we didn't say yes.
Why we didn't say yes.
Yeah.
Correct. I would even ask her, take me back to you. I'll be that dude like, yo, you talked about home so much. Can you take me back to your home?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Let's go. Just for one day.
I don't know if y'all remember back in season 1 when Jamie Otis took Doug to her trailer park.
I still haven't watched season 1.
I haven't either.
And I think that changed their relationship when he took her back, when she took him back to where she was from.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and then it gave him a new enlightenment on their relationship. And, they still together today. But again, it just gave her, she wasn't ashamed. Hey, this is where I grew up. This is humble beginnings, right? She wasn't ashamed of it, but it's humble beginning.
Yeah, man. It's a wild thing with her. It's like she's not doing anything that I like.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, at least she's honest. I don't like the honesty because the honesty is stupid to me. You know what I'm saying?
He did it too quick and too soon, man. His honesty was too quick and too soon. And I wish he had not told her anything until later on.
Let it come up in conversation because that's one of the things that come up. But I still think we come out with the same outcome.
Well, at least she would have gotten to know him. And I don't think she's trying to get to know him. And I think that's the biggest thing.
She's not. Because remember when he asked her a question, she was like, why are you asking me that?
Yeah. Why are you asking me that? So she's not even trying to get to know him. Remember, she didn't even want to be on the trip with him. If she could have left the honeymoon, she would have left. Production made her stay. Right? Yeah. Production made her stay on the boat and stay on the honeymoon. She was
pouting too, man.
She was pouting.
She was looking for that those white woman tears.
Right. If she could have jumped off that boat and swam away, it would have been one of those moments. Right? Again, yeah, she's not proud of her coal-minded daughter. She's not proud. I want to know where is she actually from? Is it Missouri someplace?
I do not know.
I thought it was like small town Illinois.
Like small town Illinois? Is it that? Man, I know Illinois is bad, but is it that bad? Like, is it that bad Midwest? And I don't
know. I was actually looking at this town in Illinois that you can like buy the entire town because it went deserted. And I'm like, is this where her people from?
Right.
And she trying to figure out why they still there. I don't know.
Yeah, she mad. I mean, she was a cheerleader. I mean, I know she was a cheerleader in high school. Again, she came up. And what was crazy is she started naming all the people that helped her come up. And I'm like, okay, they helped you when you left a small town. People got you a bartending job. They got you this job. They got the connection got you here. And so
he had a bar, allegedly.
Yeah.
So maybe it was his daddy's bar. I don't know. But there was a bar. Yeah. She was a bartender. That would at least be common ground to
talk to David.
Yeah, to like be familiar with each other.
But she's not even looking at it from a standpoint of he owned the bar.
Right. He was a business owner.
Allegedly.
I mean,
might have been his daddy.
Alleged, actual, whatever. But he was a bar owner. Entrepreneur. Yeah. Talk about that.
Right.
I mean, like, to be honest, man, people that are entrepreneur are different people.
They're different. He likes having fun. He got a house. I mean, everybody knocks his ponytail, but he's he's to be a bodybuilder, right? Talk about the bodybuilding experiences, the gym stuff that he used to go to. You mean, it's so many things that you can talk to David about. Juan has talked to him more than she has.
Right.
So,
That's Juan's boyfriend.
Right.
you know,
That's his
but
side piece.
it's a
They
sign.
go together.
They go, but it's like have some kind of. Tommy said this. At least be a good person to know the common decency to get to know other people, right?
Yeah.
Just be nice.
Right. That's all you got to be, man.
It,
It takes nothing to be nice to a person.
it take nothing to be nice. Like L said perfectly. Ask for his bank account, right? Look, you sold a condo. What you rolling with?
Right. How
I
much?
wonder if there was some money in the bank with her mind or her attitude shift.
Yeah, it would, man.
But everybody say he can take care of himself. All the friends say he's good. Now, most friends ain't gonna lie. They know when you can't take care of yourself, right? They know you the one always borrowing money, or you ain't got the money when y'all go out to eat. You the one like, nah, not today, man. You know what I'm saying? They know when you. So everybody who's met her, who's talked to her, has said the same thing about dude. When she brings it up, he can take care of himself. The mom said it. The other friend said it. The apartment. These two dudes bowling said it. Like, everybody ain't lying. He ain't telling everybody to say he can take care of himself. He can take care of himself. So if he can take care of himself and y'all combine everything together, he can take care of you, right? He paid off his student loan and car. He debt free. So he rolling. Everything pocket money.
Yeah, man. We know what she wanted though, man.
We know what she wanted.
She wanted Thomas or Thomas like.
Thomas like. And she didn't get that. She didn't want the Dominican. She didn't want that. And then so it was like,
She wanted to look like Thomas, but have as many jobs as Juan, so he not at home.
So he's not at home.
She didn't want anybody that had as many jobs as Juan. She wanted a corporate guy who was paid and looked like Thomas.
Now, that's a good question to ask her. You think she would have took the thug dude, the tall African American thug guy?
Nah, absolutely not.
Tattoos?
Nah.
No. Cause she was mad he got that tattoo old girl name.
Yeah, but it was the old girl's name though.
That never would have came up in conversation until it was asked.
It would never came in conversation until one day she probably landed on my chest like, who that?
Yeah.
I would have been like, Cynthia. That's your grandma?
How about that bad boy might have been changed before she even saw me like that?
Right, right. A new tattoo.
He gonna get that girl back if he not with Madison.
He might need. That's my thought. He might need to get back. But man, any closing thoughts on Michelle and David? We can hop off this train because this train is going nowhere.
Nah, man. She asked for that. Like I didn't watch the matchmaking special, so I don't know what she asked for.
Well, Thomas Thomas is tatted up too, though.
Is he?
Yeah, he got a few. Yeah, he got a few. Him and his brother got a few. So, I don't think she would like Thomas neither, though.
She probably would like Eris, because he wouldn't pay her no attention.
Yeah.
Nashville.
From Nashville, yeah. Well, shout out to what was it, Jasmine, who just got engaged. So
she got engaged.
Oh, she got engaged?
Yeah, she got engaged. A big thing on Instagram, big thing. I think even Chloe did a video on it. So yeah, she got engaged.
I don't be following these people after this show.
I know you don't. That's why I was like, after I said it, I know, like, to articulate, like, I don't follow these people.
You know, I don't be at you. I forget who they are.
Tommy is like, what's his name again? What he look like?
Pull it up. Pull it up.
Right. Pull the picture. Then I know who you talking about.
Pull the picture up. Man, but David and Michelle, train wreck. We'll see how this thing plays out. If they're friendly, stay friends. I think she's passive aggressive. Anyway, she's just there.
It is 5 couples on here.
Yeah, there's 5 couple on there. So let's move on. You brought up the name. Let's move to this couple here, Madison and Allen. We saw Madison. Madison kind of ripped Allen a new one a little bit because of the fact that he didn't go to the football game. But he explained why. He was like, "Yo, you went MIA in the club, and I couldn't find you." And they told me you was in the bathroom that long. He went home.
That was bothersome to me.
It was bothersome to me because I had a lot of things that run through my mind, like, why are you in the bathroom that long with your friends? And there's some things that came in my mind, but I don't want to put things out there on people. But what people do in the bathroom that long at certain clubs, so I'm just going to leave it alone.
I don't know what you're thinking about, but it's one or two things.
I'm gonna put it in a private chat so y'all can. So I don't want to get in trouble out here and make no allegations, and next year they shut my stuff down. No allegations. But y'all thought of my Madison and Allen.
I don't remember them in this episode. I didn't write a thing about them. He was in the bed at the beginning. She was mad at him for not coming in. Then I didn't understand why they didn't call each other.
That made zero sense to me.
0 cents.
Like when he couldn't find her and somebody told him that she left, I would have immediately called.
Even if I was angry, I would have called and like, so that's what we doing now?
Right. And then when
it's my birthday.
Right. When she came out the bathroom and didn't see him, I would have immediately called and be like, where are you at? Or text.
That's a normal.
I would have called. If you don't pick up, I'm gonna text you and then I'm gonna call again.
I would have text first.
I would have immediately
just
called.
Because if we were out, yeah. I would think it's too loud for you to answer the phone.
Mm-hmm.
But I was trying to figure out where you was at. But just to somebody said, and then the second thing is for her to go to the bathroom and didn't tell him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? She left and didn't say anything to him. Like what are y'all doing? You know, what type of people like are y'all? Maybe that's a northern thing. You know, they try to pit the north and the south against each other still.
I say my daddy was born in Cook County, so
yeah, that man. I think Chicago, Midwest, South anyway, man. Because all the people from the South that moved up there. But anyway, y'all talk about message.
Yeah, I saw you, man.
But, you know,
I knew what it was. I was waiting on him to figure it out.
Okay,
I thought it was something else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but but again, and she said she brought up the fact that he was drunk, and she didn't like the fact that he was that drunk, right? Well, if Tommy, you and RT could go out there and Tommy that drunk, guess what you're gonna do? If you care about him, Tommy, go home.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, let's go home. She don't care about him. She care about her friends. She prioritize her friends. Anytime we just come off our honeymoon, and the first thing that I do, come home, drop my bags off in our new apartment, change my clothes, and go out with my girls. Yeah. She don't like you.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
I've had to take drunk Tommy home, so
that was funny.
It wasn't.
Man, let me tell you about that experience too, man. She done left me in the bathroom.
I did not leave you in the bathroom.
She did. She
left him on the couch.
She definitely left me on it and didn't check on me either.
I did. You was alive.
She made sure you still living, brother.
Man, look, I woke up cold and alone on the couch.
Yeah, look. Hey, I'm not a drinker, so I ain't never been in that situation. So I'm not. That's not my story. But
apparently, I wasn't a drinker that night.
It's been a lot of nights you haven't been a drinker. Says the alcohol.
But I do.
I was like, no, he don't know what he doing.
But just out of the human nature, out of concern, if I'd have got home and she's not there, I'm trying to find her, right? If I get home and he's not there, I'm gonna try to find her. Just out of human nature, like, have you seen?
I'm just thinking of it from the safety standpoint.
Right, from the safety standpoint.
Like, we be doing head counts when we go out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like 5 of us came. 1, 2, 3. Somebody's missing.
Right. You just want to make sure that everybody's accounted for, and do your thing.
Yeah, it is normal to not leave your spouse the first day back from a honeymoon. Me and Tommy was trying to figure out who was gonna take care of us.
Yeah.
When we first got back from the honeymoon, we was like, "There's no food done."
I think my
somebody come to clean the bathroom.
True story. My first day back from my honeymoon, I lied to you not. I drove 3 hours and went back to college. I was still in school when we got married. I had a semester left. Like, not even semester. We got married in October. My semester was over in January, and we lived 2.5 hours away. So my first day and a half after coming from honeymoon, I'm like, yo, I got to go back to school. Sorry, go back to work.
But at least that was understood that you were still in school. This is just, hey, we back. Me and my girls going to the bar.
Girls going to the bar.
What?
Why he don't bring it up?
Because he's a people pleaser. Remember, that was one of his knocks. His people said his friends said he's a people pleaser. So everything he's doing is trying to please her. He's starting to go to the gym to please her. He's starting to, this was, even though this thing was petty, he still forgave her. She forgave him easy, and they was willing to work on some things. What was crazy to me was after they met with Dr. Pia and she told him about the game, right? And the question came up, "Oh, I thought about you sexually once or twice." And he asked her when, and she couldn't tell him. I'm like, she lying.
It just sounded good.
Right?
Yeah, it sounded like the right thing to say at that time.
Like, you lying. Like, you should be able to tell him that, I thought about you the other day when you came out the shower. Or I thought about you the other day when XYZ. I'm like, I told Jack, I said, she had enough sense to tell him, like, I ain't got no panties on. She went earth the kid on him from Boomerang.
And I was like, in these jean shorts, girl, that don't sound comfortable.
I said, why? Why don't she have any drawers on?
See, I said drawers. I said drawers too. Jackie like panties. I'm like, no, they drawers.
Right. Why don't she have drawers on in playing this game?
Now, did she have a cat suit on? Was that a bodysuit? And that's probably why she wouldn't wear no drawers?
I don't know.
You wear drawers with that?
I don't know what she had on up top. I just know she had on jean shorts, and that's where I was bothered.
And I said the same thing about the jean shorts. Then I looked at what she had on up top. I'm like, maybe that's a bodysuit.
I'm gonna have to go back and look
and
at
she
the
felt like she didn't have to put that on because of the body.
And then said, nah.
Yeah, but she didn't. So even the game answers the questions in the game. I thought he was truthful. I didn't think she told enough truth for him. And I think she's just going through the motion.
That game, she told me she didn't have drawers on. That game would have been ruined for me. I'd been trying to prove it. Let me see.
Right. He didn't go there. He was scared to go there.
Yeah, because
sometimes you gotta take risks.
They have not established a line of communication that says that anything is okay. Because I can't even expect you to still be there at the end of the night at the club, bar, whatever.
Yeah, nah, I can't either. So
that game was made to touch.
Right, man, it took me so long to really figure out how to play Twister. Mm-hmm. Like I wouldn't play it.
Jackie.
Hey, she about to leave me.
Oh,
yes.
She gone. She about to leave me.
I know you were still here.
Yeah, I'm still here. It's time to get home to do this. I'm still here. Bye. See how she do? Get on when you get home.
We'll see.
She said, "We'll see."
We'll see, right? But nah. Yeah, you tell me. If she tells me we playing Twister, I ain't got no. Man, that game is over.
Yeah, done deal.
Done deal.
Look, I ain't got none on either.
Why do you act like this?
I'm saying, man, I'm sorry. Like, you can't tell me stuff like that and don't expect me to be like, all right. I can't say what I want to say, but Nate Jackson said it all the time, man.
And look, and they picked the colors that they didn't. And my man said it later. Allen said it later. We picked colors where we didn't even touch each other.
Yeah.
Like, why not? You supposed to be like crossing over. That body supposed to be on like each other.
That is literally the goal.
That's the goal
of the game.
Yeah, and man, it took me so long to figure out that was the goal of Twister. Because we used to be like, play it that way too.
Try to play it safe.
Yeah, like the left hand on red, right foot on blue. But man, when I started playing, like, anyway, go ahead.
Don't get yourself in trouble, man.
Right.
Yeah, look. Okay. Man, but any other thoughts on Madison Allen? I don't think she really likes him.
I think she can like him. I don't like the pace that they're going now. It's not a pace that I see things growing.
Right.
But I think that she could like him if those shots are taken. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's nothing wrong with the guy.
Mm-mm.
He has a nice apartment, nice job, nice car. His clothes, you can get better clothes.
Is it an apartment?
I think it's an apartment.
I only asked that because I remember him saying
he owns it.
Oh, okay. So it's condo.
Yeah. Like she wants a gym rat, it's a lot of things he can start doing.
Right, and that's why her friends were like, he's not what you used to do. She like pretty boys, I think she said.
Yeah.
And that's what she sees all around. She sees guys who are in the gym, mostly pretty guys. But like we say all the time, that has not worked for you because that's why you're on this show.
Right.
So why aren't you willing to try something different and get him to that or help him to that point? In marriage 23 years, there were some things I didn't do that Jackie didn't do when we get married. I think I may turn Jackie into a super wrestling fan because I'm a big pro wrestling person. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think this in marriage, sometimes you cross over into things. I wasn't, concerts and things. I didn't really do too many concerts and plays, but I go to all the plays now. You know what I'm saying? It's some things that you do because of the spouse and the people you're married to. So it happens.
Yeah. So it's like, it's if the attempts are put in there, but he has to be able to make the risk, because her saying I don't have no panties on, this game is over. At this point, I am not playing this game to answer no questions.
Production, you're out of here.
Right. Y'all need to wrap it all up, brother.
You'd be like,
what they call it, the red rocket is showing.
That has to be very awkward as well.
Yeah.
Like putting production out.
It wouldn't be awkward for me.
Well, Stasha was on shoot,
the after party. I seen that.
Yeah, the after party, and she was like, when me and Nate was in the shower, the production guy was all up in the shower with us.
Yeah,
like with the camera and stuff like that. So it's like,
can I verify that?
Absolutely. Can I verify that? True, right? Can I verify that?
Man, that's the very next thing I would have said.
She would have shut him down.
She would have had to.
She would have shut him down.
She would have had to, man.
Look, he lose money on. Look, if this was Camille, he lose parts of his swagger meter. Actually, truth be told, Allen got a little bit more swag than Thomas. You think about it,
he does.
Allen got some swag. I like Allen, right? I think he's a genuine guy.
Yeah,
he means well. He wants well, and he just wanted to be treated well, and he wants to treat his woman well. But he wants a woman who likes him as much as he likes her. And she is not liking him, but she wants all these compliments, though, right?
Yeah.
She wants all these compliments. I don't want him to just tell me I look okay. I want him to tell me I'm beautiful. You're beautiful. Yes, you are beautiful.
Right. I was gonna say, she's not a bad looking woman, man. So I mean, like he probably head over heels over.
Yeah. He knows he's married up.
The finest thing that he ever came close to talking to.
Oh, he's above his level. He's above his grade.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. It's like he has all these qualities, and then he still got to walk in her shadow because she's the prettier one, and he's not.
And the vocal one though, and dominant.
Yeah, I was saying, and I think this might be the wrong word to say, but he's not asserting himself
right
enough.
That's a good word.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing that I feel is missing that she's wanting is the assertiveness of a man.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's tough. I can understand that being tough from wanting somebody to be that way. That's not. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what you do.
Yeah.
At that point.
She want a leader, and he's not that very vocal person yet, right? Yeah. That vocal person, he leads, but he's not leading vocally yet.
Yeah.
And so, speaking of not leading vocally, but my man, he put his game up here. Let's go with Thomas and Camille, because my man Thomas, he stepped his game up. And y'all thoughts on Thomas and Camille?
Man, Thomas gonna put that thing down.
She went and took him to the urban jewelry store.
He put it down there. He put it down so much that she had to buy him some jewelry.
She bought
him some earrings.
Man, she bought him some earrings. Let that man he was studying for a little bit. That was a nice bomber jacket he had on too, man. I was like, man, Thomas gonna put her feet to ears.
She is literally like, okay, black enough for me.
Yeah,
What's next?
What's next? Next.
Oh man.
Thomas, I'm gonna use this as line from ET now. Thomas got them grown man gifts. grown man.
What did I say? What did I say on now? She got some good cootie cat.
That is the word you use.
Cause Thomas cried.
He did. Thomas was like, "Is he crying?" I was like, "No, he is crying. He is crying."
He was crying about his dad when he talking about the L word, man. We tell somebody you love them and you missing somebody and they're not dead.
Thomas GTD'd. And then the very next question the very next conversation that they had to tell somebody, tears came out. That's all I got to say, man.
Look, all I can say this is Thomas set the mood. He said bump production. I don't need y'all to put the flowers out. I don't need y'all to put the candles out. I don't even need y'all to do anything. I got the massage table. Matter of fact, I even got the robe. He like, here, put this on.
Yeah, right.
I thought of everything.
I planned this bad boy out. If I don't get Thomas, if I don't get lucky tonight, this thing is over.
Thomas was listening to Tank. Set the mood. Light a candle, have some good wine.
She said she want an R&B dude.
Yeah, Thomas was ready, but I like how they growing on each other, right? I like how they took it slow.
Yeah.
Right? They took it slow and they got to that place and she got comfortable and he felt comfortable enough. And I laughed with Jackie. I said, he got to feel comfortable after he put his hands all over you. It woke some things up.
What else could you do?
What else could you do? He woke some things up when he put the massage table. The massage table wakes some things up.
Yeah. Shoot, he had the oil, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Man, Thomas had been working on that. Like, this my move.
He probably called his brother and was like, "What can I do?"
This what you do, bro. No, man, I thought it was great. I thought I think they are the couple to like look at.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. I like, all jokes aside, man, he had to do something because she was dying out with the conversation about he not black enough. Thomas was just like, just be truthful with me. And, you got to keep romancing her and stuff like that. And he messed around and got earrings out of the whole ordeal. The whole love part, I was in and out of sleep on that part. But it's okay to talk about love, I think. But it comes out when you feel it. I don't feel like people should put a rush on it or anything like that. Be like, yeah, I like you, but don't let that be the sword you die on. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm hoping that's not a block for them, because ultimately I want to see all these couples say yes, but I know we're not getting that.
No, we're not.
And I would be mad if we did, like when they was in Boston. But see, I remember something from a previous season. Like, all them couples say yeah.
Oh, and then they all are not together.
Yeah. Like,
it was like, what do we get for saying yeah? There's a $10,000 bonus. We finna get this bonus.
We gonna get this bonus. But I think just as long as they don't allow the love portion of it to dictate their thing, and I think that's what we'll run into, the issue that we'll run into.
Mr. Never been in love.
Right.
I don't think he said he's never been in love, but
yeah,
it was a thing.
Right.
It was definitely a thing.
Yeah, that's all. Glenn had to step off for a minute, but like, dang, Glenn would do that as soon as I'm like slowing down on what I got to say.
No, you good, man. I got you. I'll try to make sure we good there. But yeah, Thomas is I like the fact that they are getting to know each other. They move slowly. I like the fact that he's trying everything he can to look past the culture situation and not try to bring it up as much, because he wants to be him. He doesn't want to change.
Yeah, he doesn't have an issue.
Right. He doesn't have an issue. She has the issue. But I think, as somebody said in the chat, I think whatever happened in that bedroom, I don't think we hear about that issue too much longer.
She don't remember that there was an issue.
Nah.
Nah, because she was all giddy. We saw all her teeth. She
Black.
was
Right.
My husband is a black man.
she saw all his teeth. And
My
her
husband
teeth.
is whoever he wants to be.
And
I don't even care.
because even with Dr. Pia, she was talking about all the stuff that she would like to do. Like, I have no limits.
Right.
Like, I have no limits. We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. We can do the chains, the whips, all this. We can do all this.
Right. Thomas gonna put it down and she done fell in love. What did she say about love?
She didn't. I don't think they ever said anything.
I don't know if they asked her.
I don't think they asked her, but he was like, love is a serious thing for me. He said he cheated, but I thought that LC brought up something about his cheated on his 9-year relationship, but I thought she did something to him to make him cheat. Well, I know it makes you cheat, but it wasn't a healthy relationship, and they didn't know how to separate it or break it off.
I don't know. I just feel like when people get together for 9 years and there's no we want to get married, it's just why are we here? And you are right. Like D Brown, I'm bothered by the fact that we always see all her teeth. I'd be like, ain't nothing that happy.
She always happy. She always smiling. I ain't look. She's always smiling.
Okay.
She happy person.
I don't know how you say that, but if Camille was white, we would be up in arms about her ignorant comments.
We have been.
Yeah, we've been.
We haven't been understanding what her issue is.
Yeah,
I don't know, but she's biracial too, or something like that.
I didn't. I'm like,
but
everybody want to be black, but
again, what you were used to has not worked, and this is why you on that show. So why you want him to have more swagger when the guys that had all the swagger? You're not married to none of those guys.
I want to know what these other guys were like, because the way that she described her spectrum of previous male suitors.
Yeah.
9 years, no ring. First of all, El said, I tell people all the time, if a guy ain't married you in 3 or 4 years, he ain't gonna marry you. If he hasn't said, y'all haven't talked about marriage in 3 or 4 years, maybe 4 years is the limit, you ain't getting married, because you give it, especially if you give it everything away for free.
Yeah. What they say, don't why buy the cow when you can drink the milk?
Yeah,
don't refer to me as no cow.
I probably said that wrong.
Why you get the milk for free? But yeah, if after 3 or 4 years, if he ain't say I do or ask you or pop the question, or if you have to ask him all the time when we getting married, 9 times out of 10, you're probably not getting married.
Yeah.
Because a dude knows, Tommy. How
Man, my wife told me.
But it's everything's
not gonna be your lesbian girlfriend.
Everything's not 100%. Some people you got some rare occasions, but most times when you hit that 7, 8, 9, 10-year mark, at this point, go to the courthouse.
Yeah. Ain't no sense.
I think it's very different, like at 18 and then being together for 6 years, because y'all ain't thinking about marriage at 18.
No. Still trying to just figure out yourself. I definitely wasn't thinking about marriage at 18.
Oh no. Not until I got in my 20s. I got married at 23. So about 22, 21, I was thinking about marriage. 22. But I always been one of them old souls anyway.
You want some water?
Yeah.
We didn't get engaged. We got engaged at 27 and married at 29.
Yeah, and I'm not playing house with people. So that's too many legal things that when you play house. It's too many things I can get caught up in. And I'm not even talking about from a religious standpoint. I'm just talking about I'm helping you get out of debt. I'm paying your bill. We paying each other bills. We doing all this other stuff, and then you leave me high and dry. Man, that's a whole different conversation. That's a whole different podcast. But Thomas is 9 years, then into marriage, which that's a long time. Some people ain't even married 9 years, but he was in a relationship with 9 years. But but it's crazy. You gotta have a timeline, right? Gotta be able to work some things out. But I think Thomas and Camille, to me, this is the only couple on this show right here that has potential to make it.
Yeah, I agree with this. Like, make it plain with the timeline. Like, Tommy and I met each other at 18. However, we didn't date until we were in our mid to late 20s. We got married at 29 after dating we started dating at 26. Yeah, it was 26. We had both already turned our age for that year. So we were 26, we dated. 27, we got engaged. I think he was no, he wasn't 28 yet. So we were both 27. 27 and then 29 we got married. But when we moved in together, I told him I'm not gonna be your live-in girlfriend forever. I honestly did not want to move in with him in that moment. It just life was lifing. And we ended up moving in with each other. But it was one of those things where it's like the intentions were stated very early on, and we moved like the intentions were stated very early on.
Right. Anything else on Thomas and Camille?
I don't have anything else.
You got anything else?
Tommy said no.
All right, Carly E1.
Carly E1.
Carly E1. One says, I don't like you like that. Which I had to go back. Like, why is she offended? Because when she sat and talked to the girls, didn't she say it's like kissing my cousin?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, you're offended, but you told the girls it was like kissing your cousin, which lets me know you're not all that affectionate towards him neither. What you think it is. So you want all, and then she goes and telling the story about, her family they didn't show emotion. That's why she showed all the emotion. I think Juan liked her up to the point where she got petty on the honeymoon. And when she got petty on the honeymoon and stopped talking about Juan, stopped talking about, don't forget about Carla, he gonna learn today. Juan was like, okay.
Because if that's what we saw on camera, we know it was a lot more than that behind the scenes.
Right, behind the scenes. And I think that's what turned him off. And he's been turned off ever since then. And not to mention when he goes and like, he pull up and you taking your stuff out of your shed. There's nothing wrong with that. If you moved out, your lease just happened to run out when the show starts because you felt like whoever I get married to on Married at First Sight is going to take care of me. Mm-hmm. They're going to take care of me. And he's not feeling that because even to the point where he was like, oh, yeah, we're going to help you be an entrepreneur, but you're going to have to do some things that you don't want to do. This dude went on a 30-mile bike ride, come back home, and it's 1:00 and she's just getting out of bed.
Yeah, he's seeing her as a liability rather than a helpmate.
Yeah,
and she's. I think I said this in our review. Like he doesn't want a person like that. I don't think any man wants a person that's gonna be more work dependent than his partner. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you don't clean, you don't cook, you don't you wake up at 1:00 in the afternoon. There's no motivation there, and you're an entrepreneur, and you said money is energy. Like
she resting to get her energy up, so go get the bag.
But you're ahead. Let's look at some of the businesses that she do. Right, you're a hairdresser. You get up at 1:00. Most hairdressers I know are up early. They got clients, early clients. I'm not saying she's not a hairdresser. I'm not saying that. You're with that sound bowl technician.
I don't know what time of day you do sound bowls. I guess anytime you want.
I guess anytime you want to do sound bowl. And what was the other thing that she said she did? Oh, Pilates. So I guess you do Pilates in the afternoon and the evening time.
Depending on what your demographic is.
Yeah, it depends on your demographic. So I guess so. But again, no money, no energy. If you ain't got no energy, you ain't got no money. And guess what? Money answers all things. And guess what? Juan says he ain't got no money for you neither because all his money goes to his team so he can develop his app.
Yeah.
And his energy goes into all the other extracurriculars that he has, such as the gym and whatever dates he's going on with David.
I think her way of life is not matching up with his, and it's a turnoff. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is it's a lot of work on him to try to, because he automatically knows if we stay together, she's moving into my space because she don't have one, and then so it's like if I know that, I'm gonna have to change up a lot of things that I do. I feel like he's thinking I'm gonna have to work harder than what I already work to maintain a lifestyle that I want to maintain with her, because even on a smaller scale business, you still have to take waking up at 1:00 is, in my mind, is crazy. Like
Unless you work at the Blue Flame.
I don't care if you didn't go to bed till 6 a.m. You waking up at 1:00, you just missed the sleep. You should have went to bed earlier.
She might work at the Blue Flame. I don't know what she be doing.
But even a bartender. But somebody's watching some in the chat. Carla kept taking off from work. Well, if she is taking off from work, she should say that. You know what I'm saying? I'm off of work for this. And I'm not giving her a rap because we gave Steve a pass from Boston, right? Because everybody like what Steve does, but Steve was generating income. Steve didn't work. And I'm not giving, I'm not saying I'm gonna give her the same grace that I gave Steve. If you're going, at least Steve was up early enough. He was walking the dog. He was cleaning he was taking care of the house. He was doing all the things that I can't remember his wife's name at the time wanted him to do.
Noy
wanted him to do.
Everybody except Nord knew that Steve was paid.
yeah.
Like Steve is on a whole different thing.
Because
man.
Steve's money, Steve wasn't sharing said money with Noy.
Right.
He was like, "You might be my wife, but I don't know that lady."
Nah. So when you talk about girl here, Carla is like, he said it. I don't see the motivation. He told her like your entrepreneur life is different. Everybody see the good side of being an entrepreneur. I except my own. Entrepreneurs put more work in than people who got a 9-to-5 job.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and so it is one of those type things that she doesn't understand, and he's trying to help her and gear and guide her, but I don't think she really listening. He kind of told her like, "I like you, cool, but I don't like you like that. I don't want to get intimate with you because I don't see this thing going or lasting after 8 weeks."
I started looking to see if the lack of intimacy was so that they could get annulments, but I don't think that they can in Chicago.
Okay.
But I think it does definitely make for an easy uncontested divorce.
That too, I get it. It's not messy.
Mm-hmm.
Or you slip up and somebody get pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because Carla would be like, "I just need your energy.
I just need your energy." I don't believe in those things, Juan. we don't use those. It doesn't do anything for us. We got to have natural. We got to be natural, Juan.
Yeah, Nola, I agree that it seems like this season there's a lot more people who are not in a position to welcome someone into their lives. They just wanted to insert spouse here and continue on with life as normal. Like, I need you to fit in what I need you to fit in. No one is making space.
That's great, Artika. I see that. Nobody is making space.
It's like, okay, I got a husband.
Yeah.
Like, you're supposed to be at work right now. And that's not what's happening. It's like, when I get home, you're here. Why are you here? I'm supposed to not see you until 7.
Like David and Michelle, y'all don't see each other till it's time to film. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like, yeah, he just can't pop up in your life, or she just can't pop in your life. It has to be some communication, some things going on. I still want to know how these people sleep and don't touch each other. If y'all sleeping in the same bed, same room, like how you not touch each other? And I'm not mean physically touch each other. I'm not talking about sexually touch each other neither. I'm talking about just cuddle, or your feet on their feet, your back on their back, your body on their body. Like, why are we not some kind of touching, right?
Because he don't like her, man. He don't want her to like make any mistake. Because he ain't feeling her, man. Make no mistake. I don't want you.
It's like, don't cross this line.
Right. That's your side. This is my side. Let's keep it that way.
I'm only walking on your side of the bed to get to the door.
Right.
They got the bed barricade.
Right. Nah, one sleep at the head, the other sleep at the feet.
This your side, this is my side, this is neutral ground.
This is neutral ground right here.
Right.
And how much room, right? And those aren't king beds, right? It ain't that much room. That's what I'm talking about. Shawana, like y'all should be at least bumping each other, like seeing each other in the bathroom or something, right? I'm like, what is wrong with y'all? Just me won't wake. I'm like, and I'm not telling people to push up on people when we get to the next couple. That's a whole different thing. But I'm just saying, like, there has to be some type of, for a man to say, and for one to say, I'm not into you like that. And he was into you like that because they were touchy feely on the honeymoon too.
Yeah.
Something really has transpired to turn this dude off.
Yeah. Big time.
Mm.
And I think it's because of her carefreeness of life and how serious he is about making it. And for her it's like it'll work out.
The universe is going to take care of itself.
Yeah,
If you got a light
yeah.
bill due, work it out.
Hey, that whole song got me funny. That whole song. As you get older and you hear that song, you be sitting and you listen to it, like you and your daughter live together. Y'all are both getting evicted because ain't nobody paying rent.
Right. Yeah, work it out.
Like, no, God ain't tell you that. God told you to pay your bill.
Like, what scripture is that in? Because I didn't see that line in particular.
You see that line? You supposed to take your money and pay your own light bill. Anyway, that's a whole. Like this might be a new channel, break down church songs. But yeah, they have to be able to get there, and I don't think Juan is going to get there at all. And from the previews that we saw when she quits her job, and he goes off on her, hope that clip is together. Not they didn't splice it up. It's not going to be pretty because he said it. He's not going to take care of her, and I don't think she understands that he's not going to take care of you. Like she wants to be that soft life. He's not giving her that soft life.
Well, and I don't think he should.
Yeah. Well, what if a guy, how come women and this can come in and ask for a soft life? And some people be cool. Oh yeah, she can get that. Well, there ain't no dude coming into my home, I'll be a house dad.
Because that's the double standard of things, man.
Yeah.
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that when you go back to the traditional sense of things, like men being the breadwinners and women taking care of the home. Taking care of the home is supposedly the quote unquote soft life. But in actuality, we know that it's not the soft life unless you got the money to afford the things to make it the soft life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And with how society is today, everybody need a job.
Because even the people that we quote unquote look at as living the soft life are working.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a thing that the internet has messed up for us.
Right.
Is we see these people who are living life for a living, i.e. the content creators. And when we see that they're doing these things and they don't work, we don't realize that they are working. Their work just looks different.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Nola. Men are literally our hunters, and men and women are nurturers, and so you have to be able to take care of each other. I think, and Tommy, you said in today's society, in order to be able to live a constant life, they have to be two working together. Whether it's I even look at a housewife. That's work, right? Trust me, that is work. That is a 9 to 5 job. That is working. That is work. Nobody can't tell me that. My mom was a housewife for a minute, and that is work. Those are women stay home. So I don't count that as she don't have a job. No, she has a job. You stay home, try to take care of these babies all day, right? And do all that stuff.
You don't get to sit down and put your feet up with kids at home.
Right. Nothing. Right. So you don't get a chance to that. So it's not saying that a man wants to, what I'm saying is a soft life. It's got to be something that they two work together in this thing, right? And so you can get that life that you want, to be weird, to be different, to be stack paper, as people say, right? To have enjoyable moments. And statistics say when people don't do nothing all day long, they kind of die earlier.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, people when they retire end up going back to work because they feel idle.
Right. You gotta do something. So when Carla says she don't want to do anything, like, no, you got to do something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you make YouTube videos all day, or go to YouTube or DoorDash or do you know what I'm saying? Do something productive. Go work at the nursing home or go do to volunteer, right? But just don't sit at home. This ain't Dynasty. I think TV shows are giving people a false sense of security back in the day.
I think people, when it comes to that whole thing, man, people don't agree with me on anything when it comes to like how you should rock and roll with each other. But I think it's a partnership, man. Like I look at college degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Like you got a household, both of the people got college degrees. Y'all didn't go to school to just sit at home.
All right.
How many people went to school to
No,
get an
I'm just
MRS?
saying. I'm saying the normal people. Like
Those are quote unquote normal
I
people.
don't call them normal, man, because there ain't no way I'm gonna go to college just so somebody will marry me.
You'd be surprised.
I am, but it's like circumstances.
It's not
right?
something that Black people tell their kids to.
Yeah, circumstances cause it to where one may work and one may be at home, and we work it out that way. But if you look at the averages, man, average American makes 50,000 in Atlanta, and the cost of living is so high.
They say you need to be making at least 78 to get by.
Yeah, and family of 4.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Like, you can't just live off of that, and expect to have any type of enjoyable life. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we're gonna struggle just because one person is at home not doing anything, but taking care of the home. I don't want to say not doing anything, but like if I was one and that was the situation, and I saw my wife wake up at 1:00, I would be pissed.
Right. It's my what I thought about too is what happened when if y'all get married, you have kids. You can't wake up 1:00 in the afternoon with kids.
Right.
Kids don't let you sleep in.
Nah.
Like, especially like once they get to a certain age and they're used to getting up early. Like, take Lily, for example. This is her second year going to school. She still be like 6:30. I'm up.
Right.
What we doing?
What we doing today, right? That lasts until they get to middle school, Artika. So by the time they get to middle school,
I'm ready for it.
Right. She's like, nanny keep a kid. But you know what something Elk said? There's a Forbes magazine article out. Someone taught to go to college and snag on educated husbands early, right? But when you snag on some educated husbands early, you're dealing with financial turmoil because most people are in what you call debt, right? That student loan debt is real. That student loan debt ain't no joke for some people. And the Forbes article brought up, and especially in the African American community, the college thing has killed African American communities because the degrees that most kids get ain't paying their bills. It's not paying their student loan fees. It's not paying that. So now you're stuck in a situation where you have a degree, and
it ain't worth anything.
It ain't worth anything.
Man, you think about it, man. I graduated in 2010. She graduated in 2009. They ain't have no jobs for us.
Right.
Like people I graduated with are saying they can't even get a job at McDonald's because they overqualified.
Crazy, right?
The wildest thing. When the requirement is a high school, you don't even have to have a high school diploma.
Nope,
right.
But I'm overqualified just to feed my family, man.
Can you write your name?
Right.
Put me in management, whatever the case may be. So I mean, you look at it that way. So she can go do something. That's all I'm saying. In Carla's situation, and somebody said it don't have to depend on a person to always take care of you, because guess what? What if that person gets sick? And I hear it all the time with different podcasts and stuff I listen to or things, and so what is different and what's crazy about it, as we mentioned, I think we shared before, when you tie a lot of things up and you can't be able to work together. Tommy used the word partnership. You got to be able to be a partnership, right? You got to be able to work together. Even if you go biblically, for those, and when Adam and Eve was a partnership, they both named the animals. They both worked in the garden. They both did things together. Marriage is a partnership. So guess what? We gotta dream together. We got to discuss things together. We got to work together. We achieve things together. Mm-hmm. And I don't think Carla's looking for a partnership. She's just looking for somebody to take care of her. And
even if she is looking for a partnership, she's not explaining it well.
Right. She's not explaining it well.
And that's the thing I think she's missing with Juan, is that Juan is literally looking at her as a bill. and not a partner.
Not a partner, right?
Two other bills already with 2 apps, and he's
Right.
Right. I can't afford another one, you know?
I can't expense it because you don't want you rather go spend $13 on juice instead of making it, right?
Right.
You had $13 on the juice instead of making it.
I'm gonna tell you now, it's expensive to make the juice too. Have y'all looked at produce prices lately?
Yeah, produce prices. I'm a Sam's Club shopper when I do, or Lidl or Aldi. So yeah,
Man, I'm up here trying to figure out what kind of fruit trees I can put in the backyard. I know I ain't gonna get no fruit on the first year, but what can we do?
What can we do? Hey, here it is. I'm at the point where we're eliminating people out of our house until the holidays. So now everybody's back in, right? Everybody back in the house. And Jackie went grocery shopping the other day, and the grocery bill went up a little bit. I said, man, when they go back to school?
Just like parents in the summertime.
Right.
Y'all need to find something to do.
When college start back up, you know what I'm saying? But nah. But let's get to this last couple because we might be on this one for a little bit. Let's talk about EKC and MM. All right, Dr. P. I'm putting this. Dr. P. handled this conversation too, and my thought she handled this very, very well. I thought Dr. P. handled it tremendously well.
She turned into a mama when she told him to stop being passive aggressive.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know what's wrong with that boy.
Yo, before we get there, I want to play this real quick because I want your thoughts on this right here.
I stated, like, hey, I don't want to have sex with you until I know that this is what it is, or who we are, or what we are. I don't want to initiate anything or go anywhere unless we are on a different level of understanding.
So he said he did all this. Now, I was like, okay, cool. I take it for granted. You initiate. You told her all this, but then we find out you had put her hand on your junk. So when did you decide you didn't want to get to know her? Because to me, if you take my hand and put on your junk, right? You trying to do something. You trying to go somewhere. Your thoughts?
Everything about this man has been performative. I think it was last week, maybe the week before that, when I said that he just enjoys being a mystery. And when you live together like this, that eliminates the mystery. And so you could do things in jest and make it seem like I really like her, but I'm just not trying to move too fast. But then when you specifically start pointing out that you did this, so I thought this, he like, nah, that ain't even what happened. But it is what happened, because this isn't what you came for. You were just coming on here for a performance piece. The performance was, I got to sell these books and see what opportunity I can get to next. Because right now, what's hot is becoming a social media influencer.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to do what I got to do to appear a certain way. And then it's like, she got me. Because she's acting upon the things that he says. She's not. He wanted the girl that was going to be like, what is her name? Shanice, Jeopardy's wife. Right. You're a stranger on everything. And so he would get to seem like the one that is more receptive to everything. He needed a Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
So that he could play his part. But he just doesn't get to play his part because she's like, nah, I'm all in. You said this, I'm with it. What we doing?
And, you said something that's key there, because you know what? I never really dawned on me about the Jeopardy thing. He's a star. He's a student of this show, right? He knows this show in and out. But somebody who had to go audition for this show, for the lack of a better term, all these times, he know how this show is played. So he knows what to say. He knows what to do. He knows how to handle himself on here. He knows how what to show and what not to show. He knows how people listen and look at the show. Probably watched a lot of our podcasts and things. So he knows how he's going to be viewed and what he's going to be viewed on. And he doesn't want to be viewed bad. So let me be the guy for all guys who don't want to go out there and have sex with this woman. And she is the predator per se, because that's what he called her. He called her a predator. He said she was doing too much, and I told her no, and I didn't want. But you didn't say no when y'all was on the honeymoon. You didn't.
No.
Say, you didn't
And
say
someone actually commented on our video and said, if she's the aggressor, why are you sleeping next to her every night?
correct.
And I was like, I hadn't even thought about that part, because that was one of those things when was it Dr. Pepper and Pastor Cal that came to them and asked them questions about what was going on. They was like, yeah, same bed every night. Like, what are you asking?
Well, yeah. Like, oh yeah, of course, we're in the same bed every night, like 9:00. And so, but that's my thing too, because he never brought up to Dr. Pepper and Pastor Cal that she was being this aggressive. He like, oh no, I just go to bed at 9:00. And Pastor Cal, for real, like, this is not gonna happen, because when he was talking to Dr. Pepper and Pastor Cal, he was kind of like down with it a little bit. It just wasn't doing his bedtime.
Yeah.
So which way is it, bro? That's why
because they said stay up another hour. And they were like, it's what you do in that hour that counts.
Mm-hmm.
And he like, we ain't doing nothing in that hour. I'm going to bed at 7:30 now.
Right.
Don't touch, unhand me, woman.
I don't know what's wrong with that dude, man.
And I don't want to take his claims as being because I guess sensitive. If he feels that way, that she's doing too much, the first time she heard it shouldn't have been with Dr. Pia.
Yeah.
Right? The first time, the way he explained it should have been explained to her the same way.
Right.
Like, I don't want to do this because X, Y, Z, and I'd rather get to know you even more so we can do this. Or just, I can't remember who couple said it. You know what? We're not going to do this during the 8 weeks. We'll wait till afterwards.
Right. That's the thing that I'm saying is just take it off the table.
Take it off the table. But you
don't leave it there for interpretation. Just be like, hey, I don't want to have sex. You know. But he hasn't given us anything to say that that's what he said, right? It's like, man, it's like the whole time that we're looking at it, he's just been like, she's aggressive. She asks a bunch of questions. I'm like, man, her asking questions to get to know you. That's how you get to know a person and experiencing things with them.
And the questions that she asked, as she said, and he didn't disagree with it, was like, what did you do to prepare to be a husband? What are we going to do after decision day? Like finances, living arrangements, things like that. Like the questions that you would be asking one way or another.
I don't know if he knew what he was going to get. I think he wanted somebody less than what she is. I think he wanted somebody who had to kind of depend on him a little bit. A person that has to be able to have the means to take care of herself, the independent woman, right? He wanted to be the star in the relationship, right? He wanted to be the shining star. He wanted to be a Prince Charming. He wanted to be the knight. And now she's like, really, I don't. Because you think about it, she doesn't need him. She needs a man. She wants a husband, but she doesn't need him.
Not he wanted the man. Not the. I think he just honestly, man, like I said in the beginning, it's something off about him. But honestly, I think he just came on here so he can get some type of notoriety.
He wanted to remind.
I was gonna say you said it best when you was like he wanted. It looks better at his age of 40. What do you say? 41 to be a divorced human
rather than being a person who's never been married.
Yeah, well, never married, no kids.
Because if you say I'm 41, I got a divorce, it just didn't work out, you still could be a catch.
Right.
But 41, never been married, they're looking at you like, well, what's wrong with you? You never thought to propose to anybody?
Yeah, and not even that. You don't even get. You're looking for a unicorn that you're not going to find, right? Like right. you want a unicorn. You're doing this is what gets me, right? Here's the mixed signals you sent, and this is why he said I don't see how he doesn't get. It's raining. You cover her hair up and take her inside. You bring her food in the morning. You're laying close to her. Y'all joking around about honey sticks. You're doing all the things. You're kissing. You're grabbing each other when y'all was in the pool. What do you not expect her to do? You're making a sexual jokes, right?
The natural progression.
Right.
You're doing a natural progression. You're making a sexual jokes. Y'all close. You're touchy feely. And now, did she scare you? Like, how did she scare you? Like, what did she do to make this man scared?
It's the intimidation of I think when honestly, one, I think he just came on the show to get some type of notoriety. That's one.
Mhm.
Two, when he looked at her apartment or her whatever she lives in, right?
Her dwelling.
Her dwelling. When he looked there and saw, oh, she got money, and I don't have the money that she got.
Thank you, Nola. Honey packs. Got you.
That probably did something to his psycho, which, man, I don't tell you. I can care less, man.
Yeah.
It's
And
a-
what you talking about? I read the thing that his ex-spouse or his ex-girlfriend said that he's not trying to be married, he's trying to be famous, but she did mention that he was well endowed. So that's probably why that's probably his favorite part, and he wanted the MM to know that he was well endowed. Well, if you want her to know why you want her to know what you well endowed if you ain't gonna try to
right. She can't get any of it.
Yeah, right. Like, what's the point? And then when she tried to, it's like brother man with the refrigerator. You know, Martin, I see sandwiches in there, but I can't get to them. You know what I'm saying? I want some sand. You showing her the goods, you showing her what you got, but then you don't let her go ahead. And I'm not forcing anybody to have sex, right? Because if the roles were reversed and it was a woman who's saying she didn't want none of that, right?
Right.
And I will get it, and I will totally understand. But I will also say, don't take his hand and put down there, and don't do all the other things if you don't want the sex.
Yeah.
Right? Don't do all the things that lead up to it. And everybody has the right to say no when they want to say no. But you
Right.
can feel that in here that he is just because I don't get to know you. Well, here it is, brother. You the man, take the lead. If you want to know her in different places, take her to different avenues. Right? Take her out. Take her to the clubs. Take her to your concerts. Take her to the whatever you do so you can get to know her. And you mad that she's asking questions that she's trying to get to know you. Like
There's a girl that he's playing with at all those places too.
Right.
The spoken word spot he found, the first one he got, he probably got a trail of women there that he's also playing the I'm not gonna let you get too close to me to find out anything with.
But we have to realize too, man, he just moved up there for the show. So there's a possibility that he moves after this because there's no reason for him to be there.
Yeah, and when he gets back home, he's gonna be I moved to Chicago, I got married.
It didn't work out.
It didn't work out. I was married about a year, the extent of his lease.
Right.
Until this show comes out. It didn't work out. Ladies, come holler at me.
Right.
But he's going to then be able to be emotionally distant because now he's a divorced man, even though he really didn't like these women in the first place.
Yeah.
It's all a game.
I need him to really I need him to clarify. How did she make you feel? What did he say? Like taking advantage of. What did she do?
Piece of meat?
Yeah, what did she do to make you feel like a piece of meat? And this is what he said. This is Dr. Pia in him real quick.
Like you're saying she's violating your consent.
That's what I said.
So how is she violating his consent? Like, what is she doing to violate his consent?
I don't know.
I want to explain that.
It's gonna sound terrible for me because I want my wife to violate me, man.
Well, that's the thing is that you're giving the consent to be violate.
Right.
Yeah, you're giving the consent to
grabbing my junk, man. It's all you want to.
Right. Like, so is it because she's touching your hand, right? Is it because she's hugging on you? Is it that she comes and smacks you on the tail, right? While you in the kitchen? Is it what is it that how is she violating your consent? Do you want her not to touch you at all? Right?
Yeah.
So explain to me and explain, to us as the audience, or even explain to her, because if we don't understand, maybe she don't understand what violating his consent is.
It looked like this was all of this information with Dr. Peel was the first time her hearing about it. Like
It was.
hearing about it. So it's like,
And I say that because he tried to not say anything.
yeah.
And he was like, I don't want to violate her, whatever his verbiage was.
Her
Basically,
trust.
Trust the
Yeah.
space, trust or something. Because we said we wouldn't be, I wouldn't be vulnerable like that on TV, or I wouldn't share the information that we talked in private.
yeah. And she was like, let me think about it. Nah, ain't nothing happened. Go on, share.
Go ahead and share. Go ahead and talk.
But I don't know, man. It's I don't like, and you have to respect it because we can't be like, hey, Quad, stop. Quad.
You know what, Nola, you're right. I'm glad she spoke up for herself. I'm glad she talked for herself. I'm glad she said what was the issue
I
was.
can't get it from this side.
I'm glad she said, because again, she was willing to say, no, that's not it. This is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get to know you. Even when he went to her office, right? It seemed so fake. It didn't seem
I'm
like
just trying to see what you be doing every day.
I just want to try to see what you be doing every day. Is that the way you make up? Like, is it the fact that she's working in her practice every day, or she has to work there, or she's working every day, she's not spending time with you? We talking about I had a hard day, Okay, but how can she not help? How can she help you not have a hard day? What relaxes you? Those are questions I'm guaranteeing she asking, right? Like, how can I help you? How can we communicate? How can I? But you have a rough day. Let's say what he does in school. Let's say he get out of school 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon, right? He gets home. He probably work on his music, take a shower, and at 9 o'clock you say you in bed. So when do you have time for her?
I just been trying to figure out, like, as an educator, school is over at 2:15. Faculty meetings, all that stuff. You might get home about 4 o'clock, right?
Correct.
That's like the latest. She's not even doing, like, her practice might be open later because of the types of services that she's offering.
Clientele she has, correct.
So she might be working until 6 or 7 because at least 1 or 2 days a week, because I'm doing fillers, I'm doing stuff like this. People got to get here after work because they're not taking off work to go do stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, she gets home at 7. You got 2 hours, but in that 2 hours, you just want to sit there. You've been at home for 5 hours. I mean, for how many hours? 3 hours by yourself already.
And we just want to sit there and don't talk. Like, I just want to be. What he said, I just want to be.
Yeah.
What does that mean? I just want to be. I'm like, when you married, sometimes they just want to be. I know we sometimes chill, but I come in the house, Jack, how was your day? What did you do today? Who did you talk to? She come, hey, Glenn, hey, by the way, what did you do today? What's going on with you? Right? Hey, what's up? How you feel? How was practice, or whatever case I was doing that day, those type of questions when you spouse, I want to know what you did. Especially if we ain't talking throughout the day. We texting and talking throughout the day, then I may not ask you what you did all day because I know what you did because we was on the phone.
Also, you have the fact that this is new, so I don't even know the key players.
Right.
I don't know if you had that one crazy client that you've been talking about firing as your client today, and what did she do today? Or I think, isn't he a school counselor?
Yeah, school counselor helping kids get in school. Like, who's that student that ain't going to college, but he
or
in your office every day?
Or, man, I had a school reach out because one of my students, and they're able to do this, and this.
All right. Or I got this kid who come from a poverty neighborhood. I got him X amount of dollars in scholarships.
Yeah. It's just like you have that, and it's so new that you don't know who those key players are in each other's lives. So it's like every day the conversation is new because
new things happen.
It's all new to you what's going on in their life.
Right. When I taught in school, when I was an educator, and man, I was like, hey, this what happened today. Yo, so-and-so got in a fight. By the time she's like, yo, she thought she knew the kids because I was saying names. Mm-hmm. It's just one of those type of things. Like, I don't get how he says he wants to know her, but you're not talking to her.
Yeah.
Right? You want to know her.
Famous, man.
In what way do you want to know her, and how? If I'm MM, this is really after he said I almost sexually S8 her. Sorry, people don't want to use that. S8 her, right? S8 him. I would have been like, I'm done. We can't be in this relationship because I can't trust you.
Right.
I gotta say, I can't trust you because now If I walk in the bathroom while you in there, you're gonna think I'm trying to get something. You know what I'm saying? If I touch you while we laying in the bed, you think I'm going. I can't put myself in that situation if I'm her. Like this relationship is over.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
If you see it, I would move into another room.
yeah, you can't come back from that, man.
You can't
You
come
see
back.
down. One thing I didn't like about that whole conversation is he never acknowledged her being in the room.
No.
He walked in, spoke to Dr. Pia, and never spoke to her. That pisses me off.
Hey, yo, punk. I told you that's a punk move, and I like to use it. I mean, that's a punk move. It's what it is. It's a punk move.
I would
It's
have used another word, but
Yeah, I know. Hey,
I know. He also don't say those words. There's a difference.
yeah. Look, they crossed my mind, but I didn't. They don't come out my mouth, but they crossed my mind. But yeah, it's a punk move. You know how you not walk in there and talk? You speak to your wife.
right.
This is your wife.
And not even only that. How do you come in and pick the person out that you're gonna speak to? You know you're in there with two other folks. Not necessarily like, let's just remove the fact that she's your wife. Let's just say there's another human A and human B, and you only speak to human B.
A simple hey, y'all,
Right,
encompasses everybody.
right. What's up, y'all? Tap on the shoulder, acknowledge that you're there and human, and then go sit down.
This
I
Negro.
think I might follow EKG after this is all said and done.
I'm gonna tell you what made me hot was
See what his trajectory is.
What was hot. What made me hot was this Negro talk about. I got a seat. I took a seat. Like, dude, did you get smart? Like, I took a seat. She like, he's like, yo, don't do that. She like, don't be petty. Like,
Right.
or what he said was, oh, you try to fix me. She's like, no, I'm not trying to fix you. Don't be smart. We're not here to fix you. All right.
If you think that you need to be fixed, that means that you believe that there's something that's broken.
Yeah.
Something is broken.
And if you think that something's broken, that's something that you need to work at fixing.
I just think that he showed his cards, right, at this meeting, and there's no comeback from that.
No, none whatsoever.
It's I think it's sad because it's like, why did you chase it? Because I first off, I only think it's bad because he chased the show.
Yeah.
First off, you chased the show. They finally got you hooked up with somebody, and then this is how you act.
But that's why I said Tommy is a plague. He chased the show. You study the show, right? You know the show in and out. You watch this show, so he know how to act on the show. He know how to behave on the show. He know how to get sympathy from the show. He know how to deal with people on the show. It's not like he hasn't studied the show, and so that's why I think it's all a play. Because you've been trying for the show. You watch this show. He watched every episode. If we ask him, he probably a super fan, right?
Yeah, because he definitely on After Party knew about Stasha's relationship.
Right.
Yeah,
Stasha and Nate.
he did.
Yeah, so you're a super fan, so you know how this goes. You're playing the game.
Because what they wasn't the episode the season he was trying to get on.
Nah, they was San Diego. He was trying to get on he tried to get
on Gil and Mirrorless season.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then he was trying to get on Atlanta from what I heard. That's the season with Chris now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like, man, the fact that we know that you watch the show, the fact that we know that you know what's going on, like at the beginning, I said something's weird about this guy that I don't know what it is.
They gotta stop doing these sympathy castings.
Yeah. Or this past
Mark the Shark was a sympathy casting.
Yep.
Was he?
Oh yeah.
This is his second time around.
Well.
Ikechi is a sympathy casting.
Once I tell you no once.
Chris was a desperation casting. Chris from Atlanta.
Yeah. When I tell you no once, then it should be no again. Right?
Right.
What has changed? You're gonna have to convince me something has changed. And my question to you is, you mean it's been 5 years and you still haven't met nobody yet? Why not?
Right.
It's been 5 years since you last came on here. You haven't been in a relationship, or you have? Why did it break up? Nah, red flag. I don't think so.
Yeah. Like, but it's just, I think that whole conversation he had with Dr. Pia and her and MM was just shameful, man. Just because I don't feel like he made up anything, but I feel like there was no conversation before. Like he made it up in his head that I don't like this and I don't want to do this, and I'm gonna shut it down. And then he does that, and then they have this meeting, and everybody's like, "Well, why haven't you said anything? About
To her, because she blindsided. She like, I didn't know. Basically, you did what? I'm a stranger, but we sleep again, like you said, Tommy. We sleep together every night. We probably
right?
eat dinner together. But I'm a stranger. I'm asking you questions to get to know. And we ain't bring up the fact that she said he raised his voice at the restaurant. He says on after party he didn't. That she cussed him out, and it's like, who do we believe?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just,
Yeah, I just know this relationship is not going anywhere.
can't do nothing. You can't come back from it.
Nope.
You can't come back. He can't come back from this. Sorry. And if she allows him to come back from this, then she's not who I think she is.
Right. She just book smart and don't have the common sense.
You can't. And I hope, I want to know. My question to her, like, what happened when you told your cousin this, the dude cousin?
I hope she didn't tell him that, because it looked like he'd try to fight her.
Like what did your dude cousin think when you told him this?
On site.
I think she told him, and she was like had to call him off.
Maybe.
I don't even think
she cussed.
At that point, the way that he acted, I would not have even like involved my cousins in anything else. He'd be like, bro, I'm doing this TV show. I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, right. I ain't finna ask y'all to be on this show no more.
No more. We done.
But it's just I just think he's trying to be famous, man. That's all.
I'm surprised she ain't cuss him at the table with Dr. Pia, or they cut that out because she really was looking hot. Like,
well, I hope she cuss him next week.
This Negro. Next week she going off. Or whenever it comes back on again, they say it looked like she going off. Her friends told him there's a side to MM that you don't want to see, or you don't want to.
Yeah,
there's a rough side, and so he's ready to see that side. And and not even that, from that aspect too. For you to accuse her of that, this is a businesswoman. She owns a practice. She owns a job. She's a nurse. She took an oath. And so you could hem her up and take care of her, knock her whole business and stuff out. But yeah, I said what I said. Then on after party, you said, "Nah, I didn't say that." When Dr. Pia asked you, you like, "Yeah, I said what I said."
What on after party? He said he didn't. She wasn't.
Yeah, he kind of tried to say that he didn't mean it that way. So he kind of backtracked a little bit.
Man, I
can't remember after party. Vivid.
Yeah, but see, he's killing her reputation.
Yeah,
and and this is her practice. This is her business. This is what she does for a livelihood. Don't destroy that. And I wouldn't have took him to my business after that conversation. We're done. I don't need you to know nothing else about me. We're done. Our conversation. Right. So again, he does everything he says. You can tell how meticulous he is, and how everything is kind of, I guess for lack of a better word, intentional and staged.
Yeah.
The way he says things, the way he portrays himself, the way he's really slow to speak, is intentional. So to make it look like as if he hasn't done anything wrong in this situation. He never took credit. He never said no, he didn't mislead the woman. Or he never said no that he didn't put her hand on his crotch. But he did. And
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. It's irritating to watch. It's terrible to see, and I wish I'm just honestly, I'm looking forward to next week for them, just because it's like, all right, we're gonna change. We're gonna turn the corner somewhere, because this it's 2 weeks.
Yes, 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's 2 weeks.
Yeah, we're gonna turn the corner somewhere, because this brother here is tripping.
Hey, I want to say this real quick, and I want to ask you guys: is there a difference between Southern women and Northern women?
No,
because he kept saying, you women down south, or these Southern women. I'm from down south.
I think that there's a fool born everywhere, and like, I hate to say it like this, but I've met guys like him where it's the like I've said in previous lives, it's the mystery. And he's now in a position where he can't eliminate the mystery because he's got the girls that are like looking and longing because he can leave them on red and he can have them chasing after him, but you can't do that when they live with you.
Mm-hmm.
It's difficult to be put into that type of position. And so I don't think that he ever lost interest. I just don't think he ever had interest. He's just not very good at playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
Because the game is to keep you interested enough. But the problem is she's interested and she's acting on her interests, and he can't get away from her acting on her interests.
Yeah.
So now, because I can't get away from you acting on it, I got to come up with something. She's violating me.
Yeah, I think the biggest difference from Southern and Northern is the way that we enunciate things.
Like, I've dated an African guy,
Yeah.
like born in Africa, grew up in Syria, came to the United States. I don't think there's any difference in the way that he delivered things versus any of the guys that I dated that were born in the US and only lived in the South.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I've always, I won't say always, 90% of the guys that I've dated have been very straightforward. Tommy being the most straightforward of them all. It's like a no is a no and it don't need no explanation. And he's trying to make it seem like it's a Southern woman thing. And I think that the only difference is that MM is very direct and she's not direct with a smile. Her no is not warm and fuzzy.
But she also, and I think he forgets, but he forgets too that she's also Nigerian. And that is a different culture. I mean, I got a couple of Nigerian buddies and friends, and so she is direct. And the way her father grew her up to be independent, and she said it. My dad grew me up to be independent, not to show emotion, not to handle my business, to take care of myself. So it's not really a Southern thing. I would took more if he says a cultural thing, right? Because
cultural, I could deal with that, but like a Southern thing, I am not a very emotional person,
right?
But I definitely, my no can come direct and my no can come with a smile.
Right. And Jack would tell you all the time, me saying no, and sometimes people are like, you yelling. I'm not yelling. I'm just telling you, no, I'm not mean. I'm not yelling. I'm just being direct. I'm being straightforward.
I tell Tommy all the time that his responses could be nicer to other people.
Yeah, let's not beat around the bush or waste time. Let's shoot the elephant in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I just don't want people to be confused at what I'm saying. Like, that's why I don't sugarcoat anything.
You was about to cuss.
I was. I was.
See, you caught yourself. No,
I did. That's why I talk slow, so I can't catch myself. But it's you find those like people that try to dress up poop. And I'm not that type of person. If it's like, I'm gonna say what I got to say just so you can understand it.
You can understand.
So we're not in a situation where you thought one thing, but I meant something totally different.
Right. And we're totally clear and we're straightforward. And I think Nola, you're right. And I think I said it earlier. He wants somebody that he can take care of and control. He can't control. He can't control her. He can't control her.
I want to know what aspect of this was he trying to like have control in, because he wasn't living with any of these people. So financially, what he makes doesn't matter.
Mm-mm.
Like, I'm missing something.
I think we all missing something. Like, she is a, unless it's something we're not seeing, in which we're not seeing the whole coming on to him and looking at him like a piece of meat situation.
Yeah, it got to be something we're missing.
It's something we're missing, But like Tommy said, when I first heard that, I'm like, man, most men would like that. Most married men want their women to look at them like a piece of meat.
I need Kojo to let me know when he get this interview.
Yeah.
I know he don't get it.
Now, you know what? Truth be told, I think he's chopping it a bit for interviews.
Oh, okay.
I think Kishi would be the one to do interviews.
Yeah, he will.
I think He probably do the whole circuit.
It's a notoriety thing, man.
He's gonna do the circuit until somebody calls him on his BS, and he's gonna shut everything down.
And that's gonna probably be the first person he talked to.
Oh, the first person he talked to is going to do it. You know, it might be.
I hope Pastor Cal say something to him
Nah,
about it.
it could be my dear future wifey podcast.
Yeah.
You right. Because he'll be calling people on the narrative that they put out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because I think sometimes he doesn't watch the show. That they call him, and I like his show, and I'm nothing.
He watches clips.
Yeah, I don't think he watches the show and get in tune with it. So,
Brandon B say he like men.
Who do you find about their sexuality?
I'm not going on that man's sexuality yet. Look.
I'm just trying to figure out who was it. She said it was a past season. Who lied?
What was that dude's name?
Justin?
Was, married to that woman.
No, not
that was married to that woman. You got to give me something better than that.
It was on the show that came after this.
Oh, Rodney.
Rodney.
Yeah, Rodney. But we do know Justin and what's her name? Alexis was married, and Alexis is now with a woman.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But we knew Alexis didn't like him.
Didn't like him, so
at all.
Yeah. Ike, now you correct. Ike isn't interested in MM at all. Ike just like Ike is interested in Married at First Sight, and what Married at First Sight can do him.
I'm reading Trey Mack.
I just finished that one.
So
we trying to figure him.
I'm not saying nothing off limits. It's what it is, man. Oh, I think his name was Luke. Oh, Luke. Oh, Philadelphia season.
I didn't watch that season.
Yeah. Oh, Luke and Kate.
I think. Did you watch Philadelphia?
I did.
Tommy watched far more Married at First Sight than like he's the one that got me on this boat, and it's all because of Jeopardy and Shanice.
Yeah, you talking about Luke and Kate? Yeah, I know you talking about. Yeah, Luke. I guess Luke is. I've never heard anything that Luke is that way, but if he is, then thank you for the information. But when you said Luke, I know who Luke was because they had a code word about kissing, but they actually had sex, and he said it was nasty.
What?
Yeah, you got to go watch the Philadelphia season, man. It was wild. And then there was a guy named Will. Jasmine was a pretty young lady, African American lady, and she was out there and wanted to have sex with him. He's like, no. He kept saying no. He said, I need to be sexually stimulated in my mind before I can have sex with you. And this is what Casey reminded me of, a little bit like Will. Didn't want to have sex, didn't want to do anything. And I mean, when I said Jasmine had laid it all out there for him, I mean like dinner and lingerie on the table type deal. Like, and he still was like, no.
His name was Luke?
Yeah. Luke and Kate. So Philadelphia was wild. There's one couple that's still Chris and Christina, I think. No, two. Stephanie and her husband, I can't remember the dude's name. And Chris and Christina are still two that are married from the Philadelphia season.
Is Chris and Christina the black couple?
Yep, from Philadelphia.
I did watch their season.
Yeah.
Because they were the ones that went to that like cheesy hotel that had the champagne or glass.
Are they still married?
The Poconos, yes, they're still married.
That's good.
Yeah, they were the ones that I was like, they said they happily ever after and was like, turn the camera off.
Yeah. So
what made me rewatch things of theirs was when they were doing the couples cam during COVID.
Yeah, they did couples cam.
Because he was doing some type of medical sales and the cameras were following him for his job during COVID.
Yeah, he works in the hospital. I think she's a real estate agent or something like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, I do remember them. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't remember that season very well, but I remember their faces.
Yeah, so that was one of the things that's there. So, hey, but that's AKC. That's episode 9 of Married at First Sight. Closing thoughts. Anybody? Yep. And there's no closing thoughts on this. It's just in case she is sick, that need help. This relationship is over, and MM should run fast.
Oh yeah,
run fast and stay away.
So who do we have that actually we would be watching to see what the decision is? Just Camille and Thomas.
Yeah. Camille and Thomas. To me, you know what? I'm gonna say Camille and Thomas. I'm gonna throw one more in there. Madison and Allen.
Yeah, I give you that one. I give you that one.
Those are the only two couples that I can say right now for sure maybe they could potentially say yes. The other ones, unless Carla hit the lottery and whatever case we want, ain't saying yes. MM would be a fool to say yes,
Yeah.
and David would just be crazy to say yes.
What if MM is the couple swap? Her and somebody. Who would she couple swap with?
I don't know. That'd be wild.
David.
I did see that in a clip after she got into it with Ikechi, that Allen was like the one consoling her.
Okay.
I did see that too.
What if it was Allen and MM?
He got what they call it. He got jungle fever.
He got swag. He got swag.
And he drive a Jag, so he's definitely not intimidated
You're
Nah.
not
by
intimidated
the money.
No.
by the money, not at all. It could be.
He'd be like, babe, I can get you a Jag too.
That's not my idea who I think this couple swap is, though. But
Who you think?
I think the way they be playing it up on TV is Madison and David.
And that's why I don't think it's them. It's because they play it up.
Right. The way they be
David
playing it up
cheap.
and throw the little clips and throw the, I think it's them two somehow.
What if it's Juan and Madison? That's a hell of a
One is pretty.
Juan is pretty. And he goes to the gym.
I go with you, Tommy. What if it's Juan and David? I mean, even for real.
Man. But you know, Michelle said something about him cheating.
Who?
And I'm
David?
like, David, and I'm like, is it cheating?
You don't like him, girl.
Right. Like, it's not cheating.
Okay, so we got one and Michelle.
We got Juan and David.
We got one and David. We got MM and Allen. And then Madison.
And
I can
David.
see Michelle trying to holler at Thomas.
And David. Now Thomas ain't saying nothing to nobody, dog.
Nah, because he happy with his black.
He happy. Thomas is happy. Camille is happy. They ain't cheating on nobody, dog.
Nah.
They good.
One could befriend David to get at Michelle. That's
Hey, you know what?
true.
They say they all on after party. They all be at the gym together. Once it was him, Michelle, and David at the gym. Just not him.
They might become a throuple.
One and himself.
Just not him and Michelle. He forgot to add. I'm sorry, Madison. He forgot to add Madison's name to the conversation. So it was Juan, Madison, and David all at the gym together working out.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see MM and Allen.
MM and Allen, I could definitely see that working out.
Yeah, somehow.
That's terrible. We done got
This
to
is my husband.
we done got to the point of rematching these folks.
Yo, you know what? I got an idea when we hang up. We might have to do this. We got 2 weeks to figure out a show. We might have to do a rematching show.
Yeah.
I'm with it.
On one of these Sundays, let's do a rematching.
Yeah.
I'm with it. We got 2 Sundays off.
Let's 2 Sundays out. We're gonna do a rematching show. Y'all come join us next week on one of these 2 Sundays. We're gonna do a rematching show.
Yeah.
We'll match you up and tell you why. Right?
Why?
You know,
This is why I would have put them together.
Yeah,
Put
we
them
got 2
together.
Sundays off. We good.
We good. Let's do it one of these weeks. We come up with it. But yo, make sure y'all subscribe to August Love Story. Tommy, to Artika, tell us what you got.
Tommy's building stuff.
Yeah, I'm building stuff. I'm actually excited about this next project I'm building. What else we got? I got my fatherhood podcast.
I wasn't gonna talk about that until
you
you had
what?
more episodes.
I got a
recorded.
few. I started recording, so that's always the first step of it. So I'm gonna get Glenn on there one of these good days.
Mhm.
Yeah, man.
It's the time because y'all both got freedom.
Yeah, I got a little free time.
Yeah, holidays. I got a little bit of freedom. Happy holiday. Couple days.
Yeah. And Christmas coming up, man. So Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, to all of y'all out there, man. Enjoy your family. Take care of your loved ones, right? It ain't about the gift. It's about just sharing, spending time with each other, man. Love somebody.
And of course, join us Saturdays for the Love Brew podcast because that's always a good time.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. When we
Saturday mornings, 8:30 a.m. Eastern.
8:30 a.m. ish.
Eesh.
Yeah, it more like 8:45.
Right, it's like 8:40, 8:45. That's the sweet spot to get started. So, but that's it, man. We still just continue to grow. Subscribe to the channels, and everything like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, subscribe to the channels, man. We dropping some stuff. Dropped some membership stuff the other day. For members only. If y'all hadn't never checked out our Matrimony Thought podcast, try to bring that back out. Do that. We got some good clips that we clipped some things from past episodes, and once you guys check that out. And look for some new things in January from us. We're working on some things. We got, as I told Jack, we got some free days here coming up, and we can see what's work. We can get to the grind and take a day and put some work in, and see how we can help everybody out. So I appreciate y'all. Thanks for rocking with us. Y'all have a great holiday. Merry Christmas. A happy Kwanzaa. Whatever you celebrate. Once again, keep family first. Love each other and take care of each other. And we'll talk to you guys next week.
Bye, y'all.
Peace.